had made a video about Maddie in the past, but in my opinion, it wasn't very well put together, and there has been many updates since then. Today, I will be discussing the story of a dog that was failed and placed into the wrong hands. This story is going to discuss mistreatment, abuse, rape, assault, and I will not be censoring any of it, but I will put some trigger warnings when I am talking about it. I will also put timestamps in the description. Maddie first became very well known in the dog community because of her mistreatment of Leo and her lying about her age. I know you're thinking the lying about the age isn't a huge deal, but when I get into more detail, you're going to become horrified of why she was lying about her age. Videos came out on Maddie mistreating Leo on live, where she was throwing him around, picking him up by the hind leg, and popping his prong very forcefully. Eventually, she did claim that she stopped this, she had a change of heart, and she was a better person, but we will soon find out that is not true. Maddie at this time still claimed to be 25 years old with 5 children. Her first story was that she owned a ranch with a lot of horses and dogs and many other animals, including a CroNiC horse, so that's important apparently to her story. Her husband was a canine police officer or trainer, whatever the fuck that means. Then after she was called out more at this time and people kind of pressured her a little more to coming out about her real age, and some proof did arise of her being 15 at the time. She was 15 at the time of this. This video was put out with this fake description. This is an update on my wife, Maddie. Some of you know her as Leo. She took her life today at the age of 25, 2 weeks before her 26th birthday. She left her 3 kids and ranch behind. I will be taking care of all of the animals. She also left us a note. It basically said that she did all of this because she couldn't deal with the trauma of multiple people dying in her arms any longer, but losing her CroNiC Corso and getting blocked by someone she thought was her friend was the last straw. For the people saying she was a bad mom, her kids were everything to her, and she was dealing with postpartum depression and everything got too much. I will be deleting off her phone. Rest in peace, my love. You're my soul. I love you to pieces. Maddie had successfully, or not really, because not a lot of people believed her, she has faked her death. But Maddie can't stay away from the internet for too long because she craves the attention, and if she faked her death, that means she would get no more of that attention. Maddie came up with a story that her abusive husband wrote that description, and he had abused her and assaulted her, and she had gotten out of a domestic violence situation, which here is the proof of that.
Okay. Totally not. You know, it's not like that was when he had a pew-pew to my head, like pointing a pew-pew at me, but I can't show that online, obviously. No, that's not bruises, that's not black eyes and scratch marks from him, and that's not fingerprints on my neck.
There are some bruises like on her leg, and some bruises she claims on her neck, and she's crying. Then Maddie made a post admitting that she was a liar and 15 years old, and she did it to protect herself from an abusive situation, which we'll get on in a second. But Maddie retracted this statement and deleted the post and continued with the lie that she was 25 years old from a domestic violence situation with 5 kids. She would make things up, saying that one of her children died of cancer in her arms, and she would make up stories about owning 6 personal protection dogs and how they're gonna bite people who apparently preyed on her children. This post is so fucking silly, I don't even have to explain. She would then claim that Leo is dual trained in personal protection work. She said that she worked with many trainers, however, we had gotten no footage of the personal trainer and only got very cringeworthy shots of Leo jumping out of cars or in the backyard and biting on a sleeve that Maddie held. Very embarrassing video on her. This would haunt me forever, and I have enough things haunting me. There's this video pretending that her little cousin was an intruder and Leo was attacking him because the intruder had a gun. If you listen closely, you can hear the fetus of a 9-year-old boy.
My dog's gonna bite you! Watch it! Watch it! Watch it! You're gonna sit! Get on the ground now! Up, buddy! Go forward! Don't move! Get on the ground and get bucky!
Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Leo, through all of these events, have been reactive on and off according to her in her posts. He kept getting attacked, she kept raising the number of times he was attacked, saying that's why he was reactive, yet she still put him in public and worked him. She would claim that the police department borrowed Leo for drug sniffing, claimed that he has protected her against a man following her through the night, and all of this while Leo was going through his own personal hell. Leo was reactive and aggressive, and I 100% believe that was because of Maddie. He was an active dog, eager to please, and with the right trainer, I definitely believe he could have been a sport dog or a service dog or what have you, because he was willing to be trained and he wasn't a bad dog. Maddie would grab his leash and his collar and pop it multiple times, especially to get him to sit, usually on live with her friends watching, and none of them ever called out this behavior. In fact, they even defended it. She put him in uncomfortable positions when he is clearly stressed and not ready for those positions because of his confidence being shattered by overcorrection and abuse so many times. Maddie would also fake having seizures or PTSD episodes on her live streams whenever she was called out publicly, and automatically tried to paint the person who called her out in a bad light for causing her episodes.
Maddie, you're dissociating.
Maddie?
Maddie? Maddie?
Bree.
All the while, Leo never tasked once, and during one, he actually tried to eat her birds. She kept up this lie for a while, and then I kind of hit my breaking point when she lied about having a miscarriage, and I made my first call-out video on her. Threatened she was gonna send me a cease and desist, which I don't give a shit, I would not have abided by it anyways. However, later on, when I saw the person she was hanging out with, Bree, who was actively grooming her.
Yes, I have actually gone drinking with Maddie. The claim that Maddie is in 2018. It's actually really funny. It originated in a Facebook group that I was actually a part of. I have had knowledge of this whole thing going on since the very beginning.
I did message her. I told her I did not think she was a bad person and that she was misguided, and I will take down my videos if she stops talking to Bree. Maddie did try to manipulate me greatly, and I did feel bad for her because I did not want her to be a victim and people just automatically not believe her. But again, I said I would take down the videos of her if she stopped talking to a 34-year-old Bree. Maddie did cut the contact with Bree, but she continued the lies of her age and her children. I left the situation alone for the most part, and I ignored Maddie for a while. A few things popped up of just her being fucking Maddie, just being fucking silly as hell. During the time of me ignoring her, she would burn the sleeve she used in backyard bite work in this very dramatic way on live. She just, anything for attention, anything for the dramatic attention. And then eventually Maddie came out about her real age, but said it was because she had to hide her age due to an abusive situation. Let's talk about her family. Maddie has made claims that her father is abusive and has tried to kill her, and even created a fake account commenting on her videos for attention. When I made my first call out videos, someone reached out to me, and it was a family member of Maddie's that has known her since she was a baby. I was skeptical, of course, because anyone could claim this, and due to her unpopularity in the dog community, it wouldn't surprise me. So I asked for proof, and they did give me proof and sent me a lot of information. Maddie is an only child, and her father divorced her mother when she was very young. Remarried and has a stepdaughter now. Maddie used to post videos of her missing her father, wanting a bond, really hurting for that relationship she craved so badly. The sad life of needing and wanting this attention and never getting it from the one person she wanted it most from. Eventually, she did delete the videos of her praising her father and wanting to meet him, and that's when she started making up a bunch of lies about him and her family. Also could seen as lashing out, maybe some personal stuff going in there. I don't want to theorize too much, but it is obvious lashing out. Maddie is in the custody of her grandmother and has been for quite some time since she was younger. Her grandmother is Maddie's guardian and they live together. Multiple times during her lives, people have contacted her grandmother and explained that Maddie was having an episode in which her grandmother would come in and try to help her and threaten to call 911 or whatever, and Maddie would instantly snap out of the seizure or whatever she was having.
Reagan, did you call 911?
One time she did this, and 5 minutes later, Maddie was twerking on live stream after having a seizure. Maddie has also claimed to have 40 seizures in one day. Maddie's grandmother also has rehomed a couple of her pets and animals on Facebook Marketplace. She had done it to snakes, guinea pigs, and one of Maddie's new puppies, Scout, that Maddie claimed was given to her cousin. A little side note, Scout was supposed to be a new dog of Maddie's that she was doing work with and possibly going to be a new service dog. However, Maddie claimed that her cousin needed a drug sniffing dog, and so she gave Scout to her cousin. That of course was a lie, and her grandmother posted him for free on Facebook for rehoming, and this was sent to me by the family member. Maddie would use her cousin's cancer story as her child's and say that her child died in her arms. After that was called out, Maddie claimed that her cousin actually died in her arms due to cancer because the cousin's parents were so high and drunk they didn't care.
It's like, one, the kids, my cousins. I know they are not my kids, but I still see those kids as my kids. Rose, who was a newborn, did die from cancer. She died in my fucking arms because mom and dad did not give a fuck.
Now, I do have the socials of the family that she is talking about, and while I'm not going to show it, obviously, they are a very kind family. It is very sad, and it's also disgusting and disturbing that Maddie is saying this. I know Maddie currently is 16, but that is really fucking terrible to say. The family member told me because of Maddie's lies about the family and all these things she was saying was so hurtful, everyone was fighting and upset. They had tried to get Maddie help multiple times, and Maddie refused. Maddie also claimed she had a restraining order on her father, and a bunch of court cases had happened. She claimed she's went to court with Leo before, to her father's whatever. None of this can be found on public records. She lives in New York, and none of this can be found. She has no explanation for that other than probably some lie she's gonna make up, because it never happened. Her father has no criminal history related to that, and when she was younger, they did things together and spent time together. While I don't know him personally, nothing backs up the proof of domestic violence or abuse or violence, period. One photo that was particularly popular about calling out Maddie's age was a Facebook post posted in 2021. They were celebrating her 12th birthday, and her name isn't even Maddie, by the way, it's Reagan. Let's talk about her general care of animals. Maddie had 2 budgies in her room, in which she kept in a hamster's cage. That's right, a hamster's cage. She would claim that it's okay because the birds spent most of their time free roaming in her room, and that's why they could be outside of the cage but also sleep in this tiny ass cage. That would prove to be a fatal mistake. One of my videos I'd called her out on was the bad animal care, and I said how she was mistreating her birds by keeping them in the cage.
Literal video with the birds, they were out of the cage. Leo was constantly after them.
And after that, because Maddie was retaliating on my videos with her own videos, she posted a video saying how she loved her birds, and of course her crying over one of her injured birds, holding it in a towel. Everything has to be for views. Maddie claimed that her bird was hurt flying in a bigger enclosure while she was at a funeral.
That you wouldn't be here anymore. I would have made the moments
love you
last a little longer.
All these details are so irrelevant, I don't think I have to point out how absurd it is. Also, let's note that this is a flat-out lie and manipulation tactic to make it seem like we were wrong for wanting the bird to have a bigger living space. She's basically saying, oop, the bird got a bigger enclosure and hurt itself. Y'all were wrong. After that, the family member messaged me and said the birds actually both fought and one died. Then, from this private message, Maddie then herself explained she shot the injured bird with a BB gun. Not only is that not humane, she claims that she has no 24-hour vets near her and was defended by this 34-year-old creep. Maddie lives in New York. In her area, there are indeed 24-hour vets that are very close to her home. You could say that's all she could do to save the bird, but I also think Maddie just doesn't care about animals. She also had Guinea pigs, as said before, that were kept in a single cage together. Currently, as of current, she has a dog, a gecko, and a cat, and that is all that I know of. There could be more, but that is what I know of right now. Let's talk about Leo and how he was failed. Leo was a mix of many unique breeds. He was vocal and active. While he seemed a bit aloof at times, he really enjoyed training and learning. He was a very active dog, while Maddie was not using tools. With all of the choke chains and prongs and e-collars, Leo was a time bomb waiting to happen. She would yank, tug, poke, and prod, and even sit on this poor dog. He had no personal space and no choice in the matter either. She would continue to record his outbursts for content and views, and then put him in the public, covered in gear, and forcing the backyard bite work when she could before she burned the sleeve dramatically. Leo has been washed many times and still put back in public. He was also a smaller dog. He was not a very big dog, and he was lean. Maddie is heavier set, and she would put mobility gear on Leo and put her weight on him. He is not a big dog. He should not be doing these tasks, and he should not be fucking sat on. He started out as a PTSD service dog, but as Maddie wanted more and more attention, she started expanding what he was for, including seizures, POTS, and something with weight bearing. Eventually, Maddie got a new dog, and she kept this dog. She has CroNiC, spelled in a stupid fucking way, and this dog is a German Shepherd dog X Malinois. Pretty cute. She got this dog from a shelter or from Craigslist, and I thought it was from a shelter, but she posted the dog's parents, and these aren't even the dog's parents. This is the mom from one shelter, and this is the dad from a complete other shelter who is in board and training. I could be wrong, but as far as I know, I don't see how these dogs, how they could have even, you know? She tries to claim that CroNiC is well-bred, but obviously not, as you can tell. CroNiC is currently 6 months old, and at 5 months old, she had weight-bearing gear on her. By the way, sorry if I call CroNiC a him. CroNiC is a female. Sometimes I just divert to him for dogs. I don't know why. At 5 months old, the puppy had weight gear on it and was already doing extremely long public access trips, including going to restaurants, sitting under tables, walking next to a mobility scooter. These are a lot of things for a 5-month-old puppy. Maddie is doing what she does best: rushing it and not fucking caring about the dog. During this time of training CroNiC, she had declared that Leo has rage syndrome. Rage syndrome is a neurological disorder that can cause random bursts of attacks and aggression and has the dog put through intense stress and unease, and these cases usually end in BE, or behavioral euthanasia. Leo was assessed by Maddie's shitty dog trainer friends on a live stream, one of which knew Leo and Maddie less than a month. She claimed Leo's eyes would dilate before an attack, which made no sense because that isn't an indication of an attack about to happen, and that is not what rage syndrome is. Again, rage syndrome is extremely misled, especially by people who think they're advocating for it, and it turns out they're just spreading more information, and Maddie was directly contributing to that. Then she talked about putting Leo down. CroNiC and Leo seemed to get along for the most part, until a live happened when Maddie was attempting to do shitty agitation with both of them.
Watch him. No. Hey, watch him. Oh my god, watch him. Hey! No, sir. Sit down. CroNiC, wait. Sit. No, ma'am. Hey, you. Sit. Good girl. Leo, get up. Sit. CroNiC, no. Wait, please. Jesus Christ. CroNiC, here's your num-nums. Your num-nums is going right there. Leo, wait. CroNiC, need you on this side, please. Back up a bit. Now sit. Thank you, Leo. Center. Ready? Hey! Down.
Popping CroNiC's chains, yelling. Leo has a prong and an e-collar. It's already starting again with the puppy. And Maddie then came into my server and said this message before leaving. This is very important to remember. Hey, so Leo has rage syndrome. He didn't get it again. Originally, my grandmother told me that he had it when I mentioned that rage syndrome might be a possibility because one of my friends told me about it. I was told myself this time by a vet and a trainer. I've been handling his aggression on and off since he was 3 months. All the way up to 2 years old or almost 2. I've honestly lost track. You guys only see a portion of what it's like living with him, and maybe you'll understand why this is necessary as soon as he hurts me so bad I end up in the hospital, because we're getting to that point. I've tried trainers, I've tried meds, I've tried managing him, and every single time I eventually get hurt. I've made that appointment 3 times now because I don't want to lose him, but at the same time, I'd rather put him down when he's semi-calm and where I can hold him and pet him while he goes. It's not a decision I make lightly, but it's the only way to make sure I'm safe and the people around me are too. That's something most people aren't ready to do, and unfortunately, I have to make said choice. Yes, I've lied, yes, I fucked up, but I'm coming clean and have been for a few months, and I'm still trying to get educated every single day, so I don't play my part in fucking up a dog that was already fucked up in the first place again. She claims she was told by a vet and a trainer to herself, so keep that in mind. She is saying in this message that she was told herself by a vet and a trainer that Leo has rage syndrome. She also claimed that she had attempted many times to put Leo down before and never was able to go through with it because it upset her so much. So again, she is making it about her and not about Leo's pain. Then there was a video on Maddie's page with Leo and CroNiC working in a public mall. Leo also had mobility gear on him. Again, I already stated how I feel about that. And in the description, Maddie says a family member faked the vet paperwork about him having rage syndrome. She claimed that a vet and a trainer told her themselves, and then now a family member faked it. A liar's gonna lie. Many people said that they would take Leo and offer board and train or just to keep him and that she didn't have to put him down, and each time Maddie refused. She said that she was the only one to handle Leo and even shut out his last chance of living a stress-free life. On the day Leo was supposed to be put down, she went live and tormented him. She would purposely make him react and hit him and encourage him to bark and growl at a trigger because he is reactive towards a trigger. It is very disturbing to watch, I will say that. So yeah.
Leo, sit. It's not my collar. I mean, it's not my foot. Sit, I said. Bree. Look it. Wait. Okay, here.
Hey Maddie, does your grandmother know about the thing?
About what thing?
Happening today.
Yeah, she's taking me. I'm gonna
Okay.
watch him. 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 Fus. Nanishka. Fus. Sits.
What is he watching?
The neighbor. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him.
Did he just try to bite you?
Yes, he did. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. Stay the fuck away from me, dumbass. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. See? I mean, if you want to keep coming towards the dog that's barking and lunging, that's your choice. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. Sally. Watch him. Seats. Seats.
You should give him more leash, just for funsies. Make it more dramatic.
No, I'm good. Watch him. Watch him. Watch him. Watch her. Watch her dumbass. Yeah, you watch her dumbass self. Yeah, you watch her dumbass self. Yeah, you watch her dumbass self. Yeah. Yeah, you watch her.
Sadly, Leo was put down. He was at peace and finally away from Maddie's torments and stress that she caused him all of his life. Now, she has CroNiC, but that doesn't seem to satisfy her. She wanted another dog and very recently talked about buying a German Shepherd puppy from a shelter or puppy mill or whatever the fuck. And here are the piece of shit adults encouraging her.
Puppies. Maybe Maddie will buy a puppy off of me.
Don't encourage me. Fuck you. Do not encourage me.
Wait, what kind of puppies do you have?
I have German Shepherds.
Well, you do want her to go to you, so that'd be a great way to go to you.
Wait, which one's your Facebook?
Mine? Kelsey Colbeth.
Girl, if I had puppy money, I would take puppy. Quit fucking encouraging me, you fucking bitch!
Maddie,
Stop!
you better do it. Those are some beautiful shepherds. And then that's that one is Zeno. You have Hope and Zeno. Zeno's got
I like
home. Hope doesn't.
Which one's Hope? The white one or the darker one?
The white one.
God damn it, I like the darker one too.
Maddie, go get the white one.
Wait, because then I can dye it too. Fuck you, bro. I hate you so much. Wait, how much? Because now I'm kind of tempted. What?
I'm asking 500, but would go down lowest is 350.
I don't have that kind of money. Okay, just kidding. It was just almost like it was almost like $300. No, $200. Sorry to put Leo down.
Understandable.
And my tax income still isn't in. I should get that at the end of the month though. So find a mentor in person, and until I have a bike club ready.
100%. Just let me know.
I have the money in the funds to sustain a dog. I do not have the money to, like, buy one, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
You have what you need to take care of. You do not have what you need to purchase the product.
Yes. And I have enough for emergency vet bills because credit cards are fantastic, but not enough to just buy it and then possibly have emergency vet bills. Now we're restricted. There we go.
If we can get someone to sponsor it, that'd be even better. But I also don't want to be like pushing it on you either, because I know like the whole situation with.
Here's my thing. Here, this is gonna sound fucking crazy, but whenever I have an animal that I need to either have another animal that I need to take care of, but even then, like I have people who are more than willing to take CroNiC if I were to, which makes it hard for me to not. But if I have a brand new fucking puppy, no. Plus, it could be a little bit fun to die because it's all white, so.
In my opinion, Maddie thrives off attention, especially if she's the victim. She was tired of Leo's reactivity and wanted to be some sort of rage syndrome advocate, and after admitting he didn't have that, she still put him down crying over the body. Then she blamed the dog community for only having 47 minutes to grieve him, again, making Leo's last moments about her because she could not turn off the phone. After this, a lot more people have been calling Maddie out about how she treated Leo and her faking the rage syndrome diagnosis. She has her 13-year-old fans coming to her aid, but also fucking adults who claim to be her mentor are also coming to her aid. I'm not sure why so many adults want to be Maddie's mentor and they just hang out all day on live with her. I went live twice recently confronting Maddie's issues and the adults, and anyone who tried to come to her aid never could explain her fucking lies.
In whatever state or country you're in, Australia, 18, US, 21 and 18, depending on what you want to fucking do.
I can't read that. The boxes are in the way. Can you make yourself like bigger?
I had to kill it with a BB gun because it was bleeding from the eye and it was in a lot of pain.
I can message her about that. What I was told it was a BB gun.
Now, we can only hope that CroNiC does not have the same fate or worse. I do want to say I acknowledge that Maddie has had a hard and difficult life, and I feel bad for her. I think she was failed by the adults in her life, but now her anger and pain is being put out on other innocent individuals. If you enjoyed this, please support my TikTok. That is my main platform. I very rarely put out essays like this, but I feel like this was a super serious topic that I wanted to just get it all out there and put it out, including the people who didn't know that she was this bad. I also go live talking about these issues as well. So thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it, and goodbye.
我们一生注定是沧桑，呼之来。
No. Osmond was live for 4 hours the other day. I was on live talking about me. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna fucking stay up and listen to you run your fucking mouth about me.
我们一